All right, Rebels, welcome to the beginning of something different. This is Podcasters Business Insider, the daily show where creators stop playing small and start building like business owners. Here, we don't chase downloads for vanity. We build systems, strategies, and shows that actually pay the bills. If you've ever felt stuck recording into the void, wondering if your podcast will ever grow into something more than just a hobby, this is where the guesswork ends. Because you're not just a podcaster, you're a founder, a strategist, a builder. And together, we're going to turn your mic into a media empire. So buckle up, Pod Rebels, because clarity beats chaos, strategy beats hustle, and momentum beats perfection. So let's get into it. Today, we're going to be looking at growth loops. And growth loops aren't hacks, they're systems. Today, I'll show you how podcasters scale smarter, not harder. Plus, in the news, we're going to be looking at two big industry stories. Discord's Play Instantly update, and Libsyn hitting $100 million in revenue. So just give me a second while I try and reorganize some of this stuff. I know lives are, oops, it wasn't supposed to happen like that. Lives are a little bit different than my regular streams because, quite frankly, regular streams are recorded, edited. Lives are happening right now. So, and I had to clean up a little bit. There's a reason for it. There's a reason for my cleanup. So anyways, let's get into the news. Today, Discord article number 1 comes from The Verge, and it's Discord Play Instantly with Fortnite and NVIDIA. Discord adds Play Instantly feature with Fortnite through NVIDIA GeForce Now. Why this matters. Discord is expanding beyond chat and community into direct gaming experiences. For podcasters, this signals that platforms are converging community content, and interactivity all in one place. My take on this, my take on this is simple. Discord is where we do our community stuff. I haven't announced anything yet because we aren't ready to launch that part of the business yet. But we are going to be using Discord to be our community thing, our community hub. Now, why this matters to us? Because of this, I guess you can say this update that they're doing with a video game, and 98% of everything that happens in the tech world happens through gaming and porn. They're the first platforms to get involved. Gaming first, then porn, or sometimes it happens the other way. But we're not doing the porn stuff. That's nasty. That's nasty stuff. But the gaming side is really interesting because in the gaming world, you have a lot of community builders there. So this ties in a lot with what we do as podcasters, where we're trying to build communities and build our systems around those communities. So it was something that I actually took a look at, and I was like, where do I have constant access where I can create my own community and not pay out of the leg, like with Mighty Networks. Fantastic system, fantastic net community builder. Amazing. I used it in the past and I'm looking to use it in the future, just not right now. However, the best place for me to start would be Discord. Not because I like to game. I do like to game like everybody, like most of us. But it's more on the lines that I have a lot of different tools at my hands that I can utilize with Discord, that there's a lot of work behind it. Yes. And that's why I haven't really announced the Tech Forge Syndicate yet, but it is coming soon. I'd say in about 3-4 weeks, it will be officially launched. Right now we're working on other things. Your path, your the listener path. How do I want to make you go from just a listener to a super fan? And that's hugely important. And Discord plays a massive role in this. These live streams, as you can tell, I am working on stuff to get there on here. Let me just minimize that, because that's very distracting. So we are going to be utilizing Discord heavily as the community hub for everything that happens with you. Not to say that I won't be utilizing social media, because that's also important. But the main action will be done in Discord. Even these lives can happen in Discord. We can have private lives, streaming lives like this, all happening in Discord. And this is why this article is so important. So I highly urge you to go and take a look and read this article on The Verge. It's really, really, really good. And it does play a huge, huge step in how you think as a podcaster, how to build a community, a hardcore community, where, like we said last week, where you can take 350 of your listeners and make them into paying customers, make them into a paycheck, which you need in order to run one of these. You need a paycheck. All right. Article number 2, Libsyn hits $100 million in revenue. Libsyn reports $100 million in annual revenue. A podcast, why it matters? A podcast hosting company crossing $100 million shows how big the industry has become. It proves that infrastructure providers, not just creators, are making serious money. My take on this: Libsyn is the OG when it comes to distribution. I've never used him because I found out about Libsyn a few years ago, and I didn't really look into it. I looked into Buzzsprout. They were really good. Podbean, which I really like. But if you're building in podcasting, think beyond your show. Tools, services, and education are where the next $100 million opportunities will be. Tools like we're offering to you to build your own podcast. Tools as in Libsyn or Podbean or Buzzsprout or ChatGPT or MailerLite or Make or HeroPost or Discord, or I can go on and on. Otter AI, Descript, CapCut. I can keep going with the amount of tools that are out there for podcasters. Now, if you are a podcaster that is, let me use the word coding inclined in some form of coding language, make your app. Put it out there. It will hit. I need to be very careful with this stuff because this whole show is about the no nonsense reality of running businesses, running podcasts as businesses, podcasting tools, services, and education. This stuff does take time. I hate it when I hear, and I've done it before, and I apologize, Oh, this person did, $1,000 in a month. Well, how long did it take him to build that foundation? How long did it take him to find 350 listeners or her? It's probably been a couple of years. If I start to hear people doing it in a month, that's bull. That's a load of crap. It takes time. When you get into any business, podcasting falls into that category. You have to understand this is long-term financial freedom. You need to do the hard work. Month 1 to month 30, month 40. You need to put your reps in. If you don't put your reps in, you don't put the hard work in the first 30 months, you're not going to see anything. You won't see anything. In that time, you're going to start seeing things grow a little bit, which is what you want. But it is going to take time. I digress. Let's get back into the article. Now, if you are using Libsyn, fantastic. If you're thinking about using Libsyn, I highly recommend it. They're one of the OGs. They have tons and tons and tons of tools. Tons of tools for you to utilize. I've never looked at them. I have friends in the podcasting world who only use Libsyn, and they swear by it. I swear by Podbean. I think Podbean's fantastic. They have a lot of great tools too. They're not as new as Libsyn, because Libsyn's been around since, like I said, since the beginning of podcasting, which is about, I think, 2008, 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. So take a look at it. Now let's get into the main theme of the day. What's a growth loop and why your podcast needs one? Growth loops are systems where each action feeds into the next to create. Growth loops are systems where each action feeds into the next to create ongoing discovery. Contrast. So if you look at what a growth loop is supposed to be, it's supposed to, one system would feed into another, and the next one would grow and feed into another system, and that it was supposed to grow and then into the next. That's what a growth loop is. It's like a one-time boost that burns out, but it blossoms into other things. So a good way to look at it is some kind of weed. You kill a weed, but it spurts like a dandelion kind of thing. You know, the dandelion, the pre seeds, which are on a flower, and you blow the flower, and they come like white helicopters. That's a growth loop. So that's what you got to think about your podcast, your one podcast. I'll give you an example. You publish an episode. You create 3 social clips. You tag the guest reposts. You get new traffic, new listeners. They subscribe. You get new email leads, and you just repeat that process. It's a simple system that expands exponentially, eventually. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't happen overnight. And from my past experience, when you tag guests and it's very hard to get your guests to repost your 3 social clips. Those 3 social clips go back to your podcast. So you've created 3 posts on that one podcast. You've tagged a guest. It's making it easier for social media to find. You follow up with your guest, asking your guest to repost it to his or her feed. And from there, you get more traffic, more new listeners, more new subscribers, more new email leads. And you just keep repeating that over and over and over and over and over again. One really good thing that you can do is that those 3 posts, remember I talked about the 3, 6, 9, 12 loop? That's a growth loop, because you tag that guest in the description in all of those 3, 6, 9, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12 days, weeks, months, years, if you want. But days, weeks, months is just good enough. So you're getting 3, 6. I did 3 hours, 12 published posts times 3 is 36 exposures to your guest and to yourself. So if you have new guests, or if that guest that was on there, if that guest was on your show and he gets new listeners, well, their name is tagged on that. So whenever it comes back, so if you post it on YouTube, it will say, Jane Doe decided to join Jay Smith's podcast of brother products. And you had brother specific products on your podcast, and you're brought on Joe Smith for that. So every time YouTube would see the tag there, it will come up on her feed. So it's a potential for a new lead for you. And all you did was tag them. So one real example is the Danny Miranda Show. Weekly podcast interview, clips posted to YouTube, Twitter or X, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. Guests like Gary Vee, Alex Hormozi share clips. Newsletter captures new traffic, promotes next episode. Everything feeds everything else. You see how that works? It's very simple. It's simple in theory. But like I said, trying to get the guest to repost your episode it's very difficult. It's very difficult. That's why when I go on podcasts, I will always repost the clips that they send me. Because you know what? I want them to do it for me, so I will do it for them. It's fair. It's fair. And if you are going to do your podcast, a really good way to get new listeners to go on other people's podcasts. So good growth loops removes friction and compounds over time. It's not about doing more. It's about doing it smarter. So 3 things that I want you to take away from today. Actually, I want you to do them. I want you to post what you've done in the comments below. What are the steps of your current content process? Where does your loop stop? Example, you post but don't retarget. Or you get shares but no opt-ins. Map 1 improvement this week to tighten the loop. Add a lead magnet or a post, or post a second clip. So if you want more episodes like this, plus exclusive tools, strategies, and monetization playbooks for podcasters or content creators, subscribe to the Rebel Intel newsletter. Every week, we deliver actionable insights straight to your inbox so you can stop guessing and start growing. I'm about to sneeze. Tomorrow's Toolbox Tuesday. We'll show you the exact tools creators like Justin Welsh and Nathan Barry use to automate their loops without losing their voice. So you want to be able to listen, to come into that. So that's it. That's it, everybody. I'm going to call it, actually, I want to call it a day, but I have some more work to do on MailerLite to work on my loop. And yes, I am working on a loop right now for you. Depending on the path that you want to take in, because we have different avenues that you can take in TechForge Media Group, podcasting, IT, which is coming up end of next month, creators, which is Underdog Media, which is coming up probably October, middle of September to October, end of next month. There's a lot of work going on in the back end. Creating systems. So it's easier for me not to get more gray or pull my hair out. Anyways, until tomorrow, you guys stay amazing, and I'll talk to you then. Until then, have a fantastic evening or morning. I'll see you guys later.